So how the hell did this kennel contract not get dojed? And I don't mean DOJ'd, I mean DOGE. How incompetent is Vivek Ramaswamy? My goodness. All right, let's read the settlement agreement between Kennel and the United States government. It says, if Kennel pays $780,000 plus 2% of its receipts each year for a few years, then the U.S. releases Kennel from claims under the, number 1, False Claims Act. Number 2, the Program Fraud Civil Remedies Act. Number 3, the Anti-Fraud section of the Contract Disputes Act. These are all federal laws. And 4, the common law theories of breach of contract, payment by mistake, unjust enrichment, and fraud. Fraud. It says Kennel had a contract for decades to operate and monitor the Uniformed Services Family Health Plan. Sounds like Kennel is the one that needed monitoring. The DOJ says it had these claims because Kennel knew about their errors and didn't disclose their errors, also known as a cover-up. The settlement terms are pretty strict. Limits on pay to their top 2 guys. Can only retain so much of their revenue. Over a certain amount, they have to pay it to the United States government. They're on a very short leash here. Something is redacted pretty heavily, so I'm not sure what that's about. And Kennel agrees it can't just sell off or become some new company to avoid making these payments. Kennel is not released from other civil claims or any criminal liability. Ooh. And they can still be debarred, apparently, meaning kicked off the approved vendor list by a federal agency. That would pretty much be the end of Kennel, it seems. That's why it's important not to lie, not to make false claims, not to benefit from false claims. The punishments can be quite severe. So this settlement agreement fully contemplates that Kennel is going to keep working for the federal government, but they're not allowed to recoup certain costs, such as the cost of Kennel's own investigations or any corrective action they may have taken. Allison, did Kennel bring in outside counsel? Did you face corrective action? Did you get a discipline report? Here's my favorite part. Okay. Quote, Kennel agrees to furnish to the United States complete and unredacted copies of all non-privileged documents, reports, memoranda of interviews, and records in its possession, custody, or control concerning any investigation of the covered conduct that it has undertaken or that has been performed by another on its behalf. End quote. Why does the Department of Justice want to see that? Probably so they can see if the stories match. Did Kennel do some investigating of itself? Did Kennel exonerate itself? Did it create records that conflict with the facts as the DOJ now knows them? Why is this my favorite part? Because I have a public record request pending right now for these very same things, including memoranda of interviews with people involved in the House investigations that Allison is now lying about. The agreement was completed and signed December 7th, 2023. Here's the chart of the payments Kennel has to make. Looks like the last one is due May 15th, next month. I don't know about you, but I have questions. What did Allison know?